Seek recognition, strike the last word.
Gentleman's recognized for 5 minutes.
Madam Chair, this resolution provides for congressional disapproval of the Environmental Protection Agency's final rule issued in May to regulate greenhouse gas emissions from new and certain existing fossil-fueled electric generators. The controversial rule also rescinds the past administration's rule for the power sector. I urge my colleagues to support Congressman Balderson's resolution, which will make sure this damaging EPA rule will have no force or effect. This is necessary to protect the reliability of our electrical grid and electricity ratepayers. This rule, the Clean Power Plan 2.0, is a repeat of the Obama administration's unconstitutional effort to insert itself into the electric sector to remake the nation's electric grid. The Obama administration sought to impose unworkable emission standards and emission caps to force states to change their generation sources. It put EPA, not FERC, and the states in control of electric sector decisions. The Supreme Court found in West Virginia versus EPA that this was wrong. The court held that the standards were unconstitutional and that Congress had not granted any such sweeping authority to the EPA. This was wrong and dangerous then, and it's wrong and dangerous today. Once again, EPA is in this new rule Once again, EPA in this new rule is impermissibly inserting itself into the middle of the state's vital responsibilities to assure an electric generation mix that provides reliable, affordable power for their citizens. Yet this time, the stakes may be even worse for the American public. We've heard testimony over and over about the threats to the grid. Members of the FERC Commission, the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, grid operators, and state utility commissioners have all been raising alarms about the reliability of our electricity system. Policies that drive the premature retirement of baseload and dispatchable generation are a major factor in the reliability crisis. In the current rules, EPA is once again imposing requirements that will force the premature closure of vital generating resources with dire results our electric system, just as we're seeing spikes in demand and need for reliable power for our manufacturing sector. Just consider what EPA is doing. For new generation, it is imposing technology standards, carbon capture and storage that have not been proven in sustained commercial power operations at the high rates EPA requires. We are an innovative country. We support driving innovation and new technologies like carbon capture and storage, but we cannot support rushing technologies that are not demonstrated at the scale of the regulation, can't work economically, or put the lights out. The EPA knows this. There was a huge amount of commentary in the record, which was also reflected in testimony we heard in committee. States that supported CCS said not so fast. Utilities that use CCS said the technology is not adequately demonstrated at the rates EPA demands. But instead of backing off, EPA proposed that generators could avoid the cost of committing to shut down early or to limiting how often they operate. That's a great plan in the middle of a reliability crisis. For existing plants that states now rely upon to keep the grid reliable, the EPA rule undermines state discretion to decide what's best for keeping power affordable and the lights on. It inserts itself into decisions about how long units should operate and provides only limited flexibility if states have trouble meeting EPA's very tight deadlines. As a result of the rule's impossible requirements and intrusion into electricity decisions, more than half the nation, 27 states, have petitioned for a stay of the rule while its merits are litigated. The stay is critical. As this matter works through the courts, the rule hangs over every decision by every public utility commissioner, integrated resource planner, utility co-op owner, and generator operator. It will chill the investment needs and undermine affordable, reliable generation, development that our communities rely upon to grow and prosper. A vote for this resolution will remove this threat to our electric system. It will assure grid operators that they can rely upon baseload and dispatchable generation to address our power needs. It will ensure affordable power for Americans. A vote for this resolution is a vote for reliable power and a vote to protect ratepayers. Thank you, Madam Chair.